G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm reviewing the Olight Seeker4 Mini in cool white. Let's check it out. All right, so here it is. Now this is a very, very nice little sized light. Now, it is the cool white, so it says it there, 5,700 to 6,700 Kelvin. So that's important to know because it also comes in a neutral white as well. But what do we get in the box? So in the box is nothing too special. You're going to get your charger, you're going to get your user manual, and you're going to get your lanyard. So now, I'm actually pretty impressed with this lanyard because it's small, so it fits the light. You don't want a really, really long lanyard. With a small light, a small lanyard is definitely worth it. And just to have a look here, that is where you will attach your lanyard there through that hole. But the reason why I really like this lanyard is the stopper. So the stopper is super, super strong. And check that out. So the stopper's been sitting there and look at those indents. So that is just proof, like the firmness of this thing is awesome. Now let's just see actually. So, okay, yep. So now it's almost too firm. It makes it pretty difficult to stop around your wrist, but there we go. So the light's attached here like this. That's actually a really great size. It's a great length, really great length to be able to hold this. And then, if you're fishing or whatever and you drop it, don't even sweat. It's not going in the water because you've got your lanyard on. Now, charger. So typical Olight charger, bang, slaps on the back like that. Very, very smooth. And you've got an LED here, which goes green when it's fully charged and it'll be red whilst charging. Here we have your safety warnings pamphlet. That's going to tell you not to be an idiot with your battery. Evidently, common sense is not that common, and people have done really, really silly things with lithium batteries. So unfortunately, these type of warnings have to exist, when really, just treat it like a battery, don't be a fool, and you'll be okay. And there is your Seeker4 Mini user manual. So that's going to have all the goodies in it. Open it up, and we don't speak those languages. There we go. So we've got most of the English stuff there, except for the bottom right. But that's what you're going to get. Great figures to show you what to do, how to get to things. Very, very easy to read. So yeah, just have a look over that before using it and you'll know exactly what to do. All right, so the design and feel. Well, in the hand, this is actually quite comfortable. I was out doing night shots with it last night and I found myself really enjoying holding it. The head, it was a very cold night last night, so the head didn't get very hot on turbo, but we'll be doing a heat test today. But when you turn it on, it's just really comfortable. It's a really, really nice size EDC light. And this is what I would be recommending this light for, is EDC. You could leave it in the car. Yep, definitely. But in terms of just having it on you, it's a great light, a lot of power coming out of it. And it's a durable, robust little light with a two-way pocket clip so you can attach it to your hat if you want. And, it's got your UV as well. And look, I'm not a big UV proponent. I don't know what I'd use it on, to be completely honest. But I know that there are people out there who really enjoy having a UV in their light. So that's a nice little additive. Some people call it a gimmick. I think it's a nice additive. I think that, red, blue, and green would be really nice as well. Now, the side switch here, so you click it on, and then you've got your battery level indicator. Steady green is good to go. Anything else is, just charge it after you use it and you're not going to have to deal with it. But, if it's going orange or red, then you know that something's up, okay? Now, how about the action? Okay, so you do need to hit it right on the center. If I hit it on the side, it's not going to initiate. So hit it in the center and it'll initiate every time. And what about the action to get to turbo? Easy. Strobe, easy. And then UV from off, easy. So you're not going to mess it up if you hit it in the center. If you hit it around the sides, it is going to be a little bit finicky and you might miss it and then need to click it again. But just make sure you hit it in the center and you're good to go. But the size of it is what I'm really impressed with. So, the size of this thing is palm size and really packs a punch. 1200 lumen max output. You're going to get that for 3 whole minutes. So that's really, really an incredible feature. And, you know, typical Olight, they're just always going above and beyond with their run times on turbo, and this is absolutely no exception. Now, from head to tail, this light comes in at 86.89 millimeters. Tail width is 24.92 millimeters. Body width on the inner bits where the finger grips are is 22.17 millimeters. And the face width is, oh, look at that. Am I going to bother to say it, or should I just push it up to 30 millimeters? Let's call it 30. And with the battery and pocket clip both included, the Seeker4 Mini comes in at a very respectable 110.44 grams. So extremely nice weight, nice size, definitely fits the name Seeker4 Mini. Now, in terms of UI, this is very simple. So from off, if you double click, you get to your UV light. That's how you get to your UV light from off. Now, single click turns it back off. Single click from off gets it into your low, medium, and high outputs there. And so low is 15 lumens, which you're going to get for 33.5 hours. Then if I press and hold, that's medium, which is 120 lumens, and you'll get that for 5 hours and 20 minutes. Press and hold again is high. High is going to run at 600 lumens for 50 minutes. Then it drops down to 120 lumens for 25 minutes. And then double click gets you turbo. 1200 lumens, which you will see the power of that when we go outside. And 1200 lumens lasts for 3 minutes. Then it drops down to 600 lumens for 41 minutes and 120 lumens for 25 minutes. The throw on turbo is 120 meters and the throw on high is 85 meters. I wouldn't use this at 120 meters, to be honest. I'd use it at probably 10 meters, 15 max, but it is spec'd to that. Now, you do have moonlight mode. So from off, single hold. There we go. And that's moonlight mode. That's going to give you 2 lumens for 12 whole days. So 12 days in this bad boy, chuck it in your tent. Absolutely beautiful. Would have loved a diffuser on that as well, actually. Maybe that's an idea for the next one. Give us a diffuser, Olight. Now, the UV, I don't know much about UV yet, but the UV says it is optical power at 760 MW, guessing that's milliwatts. The wavelength is 365 nm and the runtime is 95 minutes. Now we're going to do a bit of a heat test on turbo, and one thing to just mention is that this has no instant turbo option, because if I double click from off, you're in UV. So you have to turn it on, then double click. There we go. And I don't know if you noticed, but when I turned it on, it came on in moonlight mode. So moonlight mode is included in the memory mode. See that? Which is really nice. So you've got an instant to moonlight if it was your last output, but you do have to have this thing on before double clicking to turbo. And I almost forgot, because I'm not a massive fan of it, triple click is strobe, and you'll get strobe from on or off. Triple click from off is also strobe. So instant strobe, no instant turbo. Okay, so let's do... Careful with those. Let's do a heat test, because I reckon this thing might get quite hot inside, but outside last night during the night shots, it didn't get very hot because it was freezing cold. All right, here we go. All right, 34.1 degrees Celsius, but that does not even feel hot at all. That is really impressive, man. My God, I thought this thing was going to get scorching hot, but that is so impressive. I can hold that all day long. There's been no step down yet, and that thing wasn't getting close to being unbearably hot. So it wasn't the temperature last night. This thing does not get too hot. Super impressive. All right, let's go outside, see what the night shots have to offer, and then we'll come back for some final thoughts, prices, and where to buy. Currently, I'm just going to tell you that there is a sale on at Olight, so I'll leave a link and head over to the sale, and I'm sure this thing will be there for sale. All right, see you in a sec. All right. So I wanted to just do this in a smaller area to start with, just because this is probably the size of the area I'm going to be using this light. And then press and hold, bang, look at that. So if I just move back a bit, so that's only on the second lowest. Press and hold, boom. That's what I wanted to show you. So this lights up an entire small to medium sized area, this. And then 1, 2, bang. Look how bright that is coming out of that. That's what I wanted to show you, because yeah, I can take this out to the park and you can see, you know, how much it lights up. Absolutely. But look at how much this is just absolutely torching this small area. And then double click back to that last output. No, that wasn't actually. That was back to, I don't know what that went to. Double click, double click. Okay, so double clicking from turbo goes back to low, it would seem, because then medium, no, it goes back to medium. That's low, medium, high. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then double click turbo, double click, back to medium. Okay, so double clicking from turbo goes back to medium. That's good to know. But yeah, so that's how cool this light is. Very cool. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. And then from low, 1, 2, turbo. Holy moly, man. That is just so awesome. And that is what I'm seeing. That turns this garden, or this front yard, into daytime. Because look, turn it off, can't see a thing. And then click, 1, 2, on. As in turbo, sorry. Because there's no instant to turbo. Because if I double click from off, UV, look at that. Whoa, that's a white shoe. Whoa. So off, on. Whoa, man, that is huge. That is very, very bright. 1, 2. Love it. Absolutely love this thing. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Strobing out. 1, 2. Back to high. All right, so double click from off, and we've got the UV, and then off, press, and now that is last output. So I think that's high. Yeah, so that's low there. And we've just come from the front yard. Press and hold medium, press and hold high. So very impressive high is. Very, very impressive. But aiming at the fence, or in between the fence and the tree bush over there, double click. That's pretty damn impressive, man. That's turbo coming out of this thing. So I'm impressed with that. I hope you are as well. Very, very bright. But the reason I wanted to show you the front yard is because this thing just maps out a small area with light. Absolutely. So yeah, this is impressive, this turbo in a huge field, but it really doesn't show you what this thing is capable of, and that's why I wanted to show you that smaller area so you can see it just lit that place up into daytime. Anyway, this is the park. This is what this thing can do. Very impressive. Seeker4 Mini, however you want to say it. Well done. Something's being killed over there. All right, see ya. Hey, all right, what did we think? I tell you what, I am impressed with this little thing in a smaller space, because it certainly lights up a bigger space, as we saw out in the park, but in the yard, nothing can escape it. And it like, the light bounces off the fence and the trees and everything like that. So the cool white is definitely doing its job. It's just really, really very, very bright. But what's really, really impressive is the flood coming out of this little thing. So it's definitely a Seeker, you know, it definitely belongs in the Seeker range, because it's certainly a really, really floody light. And I know the Seekers aren't dedicated flooders, because they do have a very large hotspot. But this model, I mean, all the Seekers, but this model in particular, for its size, is putting out a phenomenal amount of flood, really. So I'm going to link this at Olight Australia in the description. And honestly, if you haven't checked out one of these, it's worth a buy. They are very, very pocketable, as we know with the size. The two-way pocket clip is a real seal deal for me when it comes to a pocket clip. And, you know, I know Olight does that a lot, but having two options of clipping this plus a hat clip just makes it a really special light. So anyway, if you haven't got your hands on one of these, I do recommend it. I genuinely do recommend it. They're a really, really nice little light. They do a great, great job. And, you know, great little robust thing to have in your pocket or your car or beside your bed or whatever. All right, thanks very much for watching. And until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.